This provisional edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by freetalklive.com, freetalklive.com, freetalklive.com. It's February 4th, 2009. Milford District Court hangs up on Ridley Report. I called the court yesterday, February 3rd, to try and get some information. I told them I was a reporter, was interested in finding out if it was true that someone had been arrested for wearing a hat outside the courtroom, and I got no answers. The person who answered the phone, a lady, told me that they wouldn't be talking, and I could come by the court and look at their records. Probably after the initial refusal, I asked questions 2 more times. I just kept asking more questions, although really the furthest I ever got was just getting to the point of asking them if they'd really arrested someone for wearing a hat. At that point, she hung up on me. However, there is a different experience that a different person had calling the court, and a much better experience. Terry from Grafton, New Hampshire, was the person who was in the car when Mike Barsky was arrested. That was the event that sort of triggered this whole string of other events. Well, Terry reports, quote, I called the court and was told that I can send a written request to the, basically that's just back up. Well, that Terry is trying to switch court dates with Mike Barsky, New Hampshire Liberty activist, and she says, quote, I called the court and was told that I can send a written request to the judge asking for our trial dates to be switched. It wouldn't be possible if our trials involved different police departments, yada, yada, yada. The woman I spoke with was very polite and informative, and although she didn't know what the chances were of the petition being granted, she gave me all the necessary information I needed to make the request. I'll do that today, unquote. Now, that's all I have to report for the latest on the Milford situation. I do have a piece of some important pieces of political news here. First of all, on Thursday, tomorrow, February 5th, I guess there's going to be 3 important bills heard, some very controversial. First, there's a bill that would essentially make serious criminals out of 10% of New Hampshire drivers. It would make it a serious crime to drive a vehicle if you've smoked marijuana in the last month. Now, that's not exactly how the bill reads, but that would be the effect. And so folks are expected to turn out and object to that. But there's also a good bill coming up that day, a bill that would nullify New Hampshire's participation in the Union, essentially, if federal gun laws pass. Then there's a bill to force licensing or registration of carpenters. This would be really bad for prices of almost everything. But anyway, those are 3 important bills coming up Thursday, February 5th. All you really need to do is just show up at the State House at 8 or 8:30, or later if you have to. But if you go there at, early in the morning, like 8 or 8:30, you go down into the basement, you'll find a huge gathering usually of liberty activists in the cafeteria. And they can get you pointed in the right direction. You don't have to do a lot of research before you show up. You don't necessarily have to go all over the internet figuring out everything that's going on. Just show up in the basement and you can take it from there. This is Dave Ridley signing out for RidleyReport.com this February 4th, 2009. This report, of course, brought to you by freetalklive.com, freetalklive.com, freetalklive.com.
This program is brought to you by freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.